we ourselves are also a port in Mombasa that does not only service Kenya, but it is also a service center for many countries also that are inland, that do not have access to the sea. And so therefore, mismanagement or inefficiency or corruption, as you have just mentioned, that may occur in the port does not only affect Kenyans, it affects many others as well. So there again is a place where we can again learn from each other, because our responsibility as their access for markets and also for goods going inland, we must recognize that we have a greater responsibility than just for our own citizens, because there are many others who also depend on our efficiency and our effectiveness. We've talked about the single window. Maybe there are some lessons you can learn, mistakes that we have made that you do not need to repeat, here in Namibia. I like their idea, which is something that we have not done, of doing dry ports, for our inland brothers and sisters, so that they are able to manage their own cargo. We do not need to manage it on their behalf. They can manage their own cargo. Ours is to have an efficient port, but let them manage their own inbound and outbound cargo. I think that is it's a wonderful thing. We can do dry ports, for Uganda, South Sudan, Rwanda, DRC. Let them develop their own facilities within the port, because that, I think, is the kind of and I think that is a good lesson we can learn. Right? So they are managing their own cargo. Our job is to facilitate them as the port owners and managers. Right? Ultimately, we want to make it easier for our people and our business people to move. So we're talking not just about visas for diplomats and government officers and service passport holders and things like that. The important aspect is the visa-free arrangements that we can put in place, especially for our Kenyan and Namibian business people. Because if they succeed, that increase in trade is what then benefits the average citizen. That is where we get job creation. That is where we get foreign exchange and other issues like that. So that trade really is the hallmark of everything else that we do. That with business people from Namibia being able to go to Kenya, and that's why we're trying to see if we can finalize the issue of direct flights between Windhoek and Nairobi, so that people can travel, people can establish businesses in their respective countries. As you've said, we have the best tea in the world. Really, we should be able to see Kenyan businessmen putting Kenyan tea on Namibian shelves. Equally, you have some of the best fish in the world. We should be able to see that fish on Kenyan shelves and Kenyan supermarkets. But this will only happen if we encourage our business people to move. We have tourism products. There is no reason why local tour companies and etc. cannot have joint packages where they can sell a Kenyan Namibian package, and people are able to enjoy the wonderful natural resources that God has given us, and also increase tourism revenues and jobs for our people. If you seek a position of authority, it must be on the basis of what you are going to be able to do to serve your fellow man, not to serve yourself. And that is why, wapende wasipende, rafiki ama adui, ndugu ama dada, wewe kama unataka kuingiana na mambo ya ufisadi, tutapigana na wewe. You can be my brother, you can be my sister, but you are an enemy of the Republic of Kenya, and we will fight with you. Sijui kama tunaelewana vile mimi nasema. Yes? Hiyo lazima tukate line. Na mtu ukisema unaomba kazi, iwe ni kazi ya kutumikia na kuhudumia wa Kenya, lakini sio kujihudumia wewe, bibi yako na watoto wako. It is the right of every Kenyan to have a passport. Right? So that is not actually something you should be requesting me to do. It's something we as a government should be facilitating you to have. We discussed it when we were in France, that we shall start country by country, registering our citizens in the diaspora. We heard it in France. We heard it in Dubai. Why should these people be made to pay money to fly to Kenya just to get a passport in order to get back to work? Policy now of 100% transition. We know that there has been a strain in terms of school infrastructure in order to accommodate everybody. But I have said I would rather have our young men and women, even if it means learning under trees or through the windows, let them be in school. We will build the infrastructure. We want our children in school. And I want to assure you that we have already begun a process of taking stock of where our infrastructure deficits are, with the full intention of ensuring that we bring that infrastructure to match the increase in student intake, but also to look at other facilities such as laboratories and other issues that may also need either to be added or to be expanded. So you're not coming into a field that is new to you. You're very familiar with it. And I'm really counting on you to help us and to support us and to ensure that we're able to deliver to the people of Kenya, especially this issue of 100% transition, ensuring that we manage the resources that we have in a proper and good manner, assuring ourselves that we are able to implement the new curriculum as we have worked, and you have been part and parcel of that whole process, so it is nothing new again to you. It is something you understand, and I'm really counting on you being able to work together with your colleagues and myself to ensure that we deliver to the people of Kenya. For you, my friend, you are a long-standing, long-serving civil servant. Again, there is nothing new that I have to tell you. You are aware. Our interest is to ensure that the prison services is properly reformed. We want to ensure that the service is largely and primarily not to punish, but to rehabilitate. And secondly, we also want to see what we are going to be able to do to ensure that all the different facilities that are available are actually turned to the service of the Republic of Kenya. I see no reason why you cannot be able to continue, and not just continue, but add to the A&A that already the prison service is delivering to the Republic of Kenya. We want to see that enhanced. We want to see that increased many times over, because we believe that there is that ability for you and your fellow officers, as well as the men who are serving under you. As you rehabilitate, how can they contribute positively to the development of this republic? So, gentlemen, mine is to congratulate you and to say I look forward to working together, to wish you every success, and to guarantee you my support in all your endeavors and in everything that you do. My door is always open and ready for consultation. God bless you and guide you as you begin your new endeavors. Thank you. I'm happy to know that the briefing we got again this afternoon was very encouraging. And we did also agree that what we want to see now is the implementation of those issues that they have discussed, because implementing those is what will make your life much easier. There are a number of other issues I heard here from Kiprono, who was talking about us crowding the private sector out of the financial markets. It's not our intention to do so. But at the same time, we need to also build our roads. We need to also build our railways. And you know, some of us are also trying very hard to look for alternative sources of financing. But then the very same people are the same ones who are telling us that we are over-borrowing from outside. So I don't know whether we borrow locally or whether we borrow outside. In fact, these days when I travel, they say, take away his pen. You know, don't give him his pen. He's going to sign away the country. I have no intention of signing away the country. I just want to build roads and railways, connect people to power, so that people can do business and we can get prosperity in our country. We are not signing loans for us to come and misuse. It is for the development of our region, for our nations. Hivyo tufikirie hiyo mambo tukiongea. But the man I loved the most was Wekesa. I don't know where he went. Wekesa, come join me in Kenya. Come tell these people we are tired of politics. We want to do business. We want to trade. Tumechoka. You're lucky you've come on a Wednesday. You should have arrived here on a Friday. You'd be shocked. But with those few and many remarks, we're very happy to have you with us. Encouraged by what we have heard this afternoon from our ministers, and mine is really to encourage you to do much more together, with a promise that we stand ready to support you, because your success is our success. We will not be able to fulfill our promises and our obligations to our people if you are not succeeding. So we must make you succeed, because if you succeed, we will have succeeded. Nesbitt here has talked about the fact that government is not in business. And indeed, we're not in business. Our job is to facilitate you to do business. Our job is to help create an environment that is conducive for business. It is your job to do business. It is your job to help us create jobs. It is your job to help us improve trade and investment between our two countries, and also externally. There was a time when governments did business. And as you quoted this afternoon when we were talking to the media, I think that experiment has proved to be very expensive. President MUSEVENI was reminding people that once upon a time we had pan paper in Webuye that used to supply paper not just to Kenya but to most of East Africa. But when government started meddling into that business, it collapsed. And we're all importing paper now from all sorts of different places. But as I assured him, we have realized our mistake and we have handed that business back to private sector. Let them manage it, let them do it, and I hope Ugandans now will be buying paper from Pan Paper. Because that is the future and that's the way we want to go.